Evening, I'm Dan Wolf.
And I'm Laura Lee. Thanks for joining us. The EPA is sounding the alarm tonight on Duluth's water system, claiming that inspections show, quote, significant deficiencies at several water pumping systems.
In Northern News Now's Cara Kopp is taking a look at the problem and getting reaction from the city.
This is a Lakewood water treatment plant owned by the city of Duluth. The plant is made up of multiple systems responsible for providing up to 68 million gallons of treated water a day, including the water we sometimes drink. Each year, the EPA is required to inspect the site's conditions and operations of the public water system, making sure the water I am drinking right now meets the standards of the Safe Water Drinking Act. However, this year's EPA report found evidence of the system having, quote, significant deficiencies. The concerns include multiple leaky relief valves at pumping stations, water leaks, damaged walls, and a failing roof at the Lakewood pump station, rust and corrosion on water lines, and more. This comes as a call for concern for city leaders as these systems bring water to areas including Hermantown, Proctor, and Rice Lake, all of which could be at risk of seeing contaminated water if fixes aren't made. The EPA requires a meeting with city leaders on the issue within the coming week, hoping to find a solution quickly. In Duluth, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
We did reach out to the EPA and they said they will get back to us tomorrow. As for city leaders, they turned down an interview opportunity, but in a statement said the quality of our drinking water supply is not affected by anything in the report. They're going through the report and will meet with the EPA in the next 10 days.
Well, here